I was in Walmart today walking around trying to buy a whiteboard, and well, earlier today, I mean, about an hour ago, right? And then suddenly, and I was buying a whiteboard, and then I realized suddenly it came to my mind about my ski trip or snowboarding trip on Sunday to WhiteTail Resort. And it just dawned on me that during both my trips, right, which was the first one was at Snowshoe Mountains for my snowboarding lesson, and then the second one is at Whitetail Resort. That both of this resort, which is a multi-million-dollar resort, right, they left money on the table. And I realized that there are so many businesses that do that, right? Small, medium, large, doesn't matter. They do that. So what do I mean by that, right? Well, what I mean by that is if you ever go to McDonald's, they will ask you, hey, do you want fries with that? Do you want Coke with that? And would you like to supersize it, right? And there is even and that there has been a case study that shows how many billions McDonald's made just by those three sentences. Do you want fries with that? Do you want Coke with that? And would you like to supersize it? So where I'm going with this, so I bought this package, right? I bought this package, a group package on this past Sunday for snowboarding. It was a 1 hour lesson in a group, and it had, the snowboarding rental, the snow and all the things, helmet, snowboard, and boots. Everything was great. But they should know from experience that as they were selling me that 1 hour package, they could have just said, hey, you bought a 1 hour package. However, if you want, here is a second, you can buy the second hour as well at a discounted price, right? Because they should have known that, there's no way we can master snowboard as sport like snowboarding within 1 hour. And it's not like this was a capacity issue, because there were plenty of instructors or snowboard, whatever it is. There were plenty of instructors hanging out there, shooting the breeze. They were in a circle and chit-chatting. So imagine this, if they had offered me at the point of purchase, and I've already made one purchase, so I'm already in that buying frame. So all they had to do was ask me, hey, would you like to buy a second hour of training or a second hour of coaching at a discounted price, 80% or 20% discount, or 25% discount, 30% discount, whatever it is. They would still get a lot more than they got it in the first place, which is zero, right? Imagine that. Even if they didn't do that, and how many times have we gone to Starbucks and they said, you bought a coffee in the morning and they said, if you come back at 4 p.m., you will get a drink free or at half the price. They just have to apply that concept, which is come back. They would have not offered me that at all, okay? At the end of the lesson, 1 hour lesson, it was a group lesson this past Sunday. The first one was a private lesson. And the first one, after we finished the 1 hour lesson, we even asked for additional hours, but they said, oh, we are all fully booked. That's a different issue. But this past Sunday, they had a lot of capacity, excess capacity. All they could have offered me is okay, you're done, go practice. But however, if you change your mind, or if you decide in the next 1 hour that, hey, you need more additional coaching or more training, we'd be happy to give you a discount at, say, 80% discount and come and buy it. In fact, I would have taken it gladly, only because, but after an hour, when I was on my own, I kept on falling and I kept on getting frustrated. I would have loved to get additional coaching. And I thought of going back and buying additional hours. But then again, I had to buy the whole package, which is, and I already had my boots and my boards and my helmet. I didn't need all those things. All I needed was training, right? A one-on-one with the coach. So the point is, where am I going with this? Right? You can ask Sajid where I'm going. Where I'm going with this is so many things, so many people in life. Doesn't matter whether you're in business or whether you work for someone else. Identify areas where you can actually get more, right? Ask for more. Don't just settle for the first initial transaction. Again, the other idea I would have, if I was running this in a resort, I would pretty much at the point of transaction, I would say, hey, would you like to buy a food coupon, $15 coupon for $10, right? So now your point is, Sajid, what's your point? Right. My point being is, look at it this way. If you have been to any of these resorts, you know a single sandwich is about $12 to $13. So, and as soon as I buy a sandwich, I'm going to buy either fries, or I'm going to buy a drink, or I'm going to buy an apple, or I'm going to buy a dessert. So what that happened is, because I paid $10, I'm going to go try to redeem it, and I'm going to end up spending more. So again, I do not know the profit margin, but I'm pretty sure the profit margin is pretty hefty. But basically what I'm saying is, they could have easily gotten more out of me. The third thing, if I was running this business, what I would be doing is, I would probably say, hey, you're buying this today, but if you want to come back in the next 1 month, we can give you a discount offer, right? We'll give you a discount. You come back, we'll give you a discount, right? Which is like, and that way they're getting my money, and this is, whether it's 1 month or you come back this any day this season, you can buy the lift ticket for this season, because I'm already in the frame, I'm invested, I want to learn, I want to do whatever it is. Just make me an offer, man. But instead, what did they do? I bought a package. It was discounted. I went because I saw it in the morning. It was discounted. I ran over to that place and I came back and I'm done. Now, I will only go if my schedule permits. Now, if I had paid for the next visit, guess what I would be doing? I'll be going back for sure because I've already paid for it, right? In behavioral economics, there is a term, I can't remember of it right now. But anyway, forget about that, whatever the term is. But the thing is, just imagine how much more money they could have made out of me. So the deal that they gave me was $55 for a whole day of lift tickets, lesson, and the equipment rental. They could have easily upsell me on another additional hour of training for say $50, right? They could have gotten another say $10 out of me by selling me the food coupon, the $60, and they could have sold me another day of lift passes, usually which runs for like $50 or $60 for the whole day. They could have easily sold me for $40 plus. If they sold me all the equipments and all those things, they would have made another altogether $100. So it's $100 for the next day, or let's say $50 for the next future visit, including everything. Or if they give me the same package, it's $55 for the future visit, plus another $50 for another hour of training. That's $105, and then another $10. Right, that would be $115. So they could have made another additional $115 out of me, where they just let me go with no investments from my side. And now they're going to go spend money on the social media to attract more customers. And I don't understand why a lot of businesses do that, right? So why did I think of it while I was at Walmart? It's because I was buying whiteboard, and they were, they had, if you go to Walmart, it's aisles and aisles and rows or whatever we call them. But basically, as I was picking up the whiteboard, I looked up and I saw there were like, the pens that you use to write the whiteboard markers or erasers or whatever they call it, the fancy term is. I looked up and then I realized, wow, I wish WhiteTail Mountain would have sold me something else. Like, hey, you're already here. You might need this. Hey, you might need that. You might need that. Again, it's whether whose job is it? Is it the person who's running marketing, or is it the person who's managing or overseeing the strategy and whatever? I do not know. But all I know is that WhiteTail could have easily made another $110 out of me on that last Sunday. All they had to do was make me an offer. All they had to do was make me an offer, which is like, hey, would you like to buy a second hour of training at a discounted price? Would you like to buy, a food coupon, a $15 food coupon for $10? And would you like to buy a future visit at a discounted price, 50% discount or 60% discount, right? Get my cash in your pocket, right? That would have been so easy, but unfortunately they didn't do that. Well, that's their loss, and because of which I think I am being able to share this, thought with you all. Hope you all enjoyed it. And if you are running a business or you're doing anything, always make an offer. The thing that the worst thing that's going to happen is they're going to say no to you. That's all, nothing else, right? And this is the same no you already have. By default, the answer is always no. I think Michael Jordan once said you miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. So even if you didn't offer them, the answer is already no. So what more do you have to lose? I've already done that transaction with you. So make me an offer. Hope you all enjoyed. Remember, regardless of where you go, you will always have this concept in you, which is make an offer, right? And if someone is already, because this is funny, because you know why? I went to Walmart to buy one thing and I ended up, which was a $10 whiteboard, right? I ended up buying $90 worth of stuff. Why? Because I was in a buying frame. And that happens to me every time I go to Walmart. Anyway, I hope you enjoy. This is really true. Apply it in your life, in your business. Identify ways in your life where you could actually upsell, cross-sell, things like that. Always keep that in mind. Would you like fries with that? Would you like a drink with that? Would you like to supersize that? And figure it out how it applies to your life and business. Thank you. Bye-bye.